RIP to the Milwaukee Bucks. They got eliminated from the NBA playoffs last night in an overtime game against the Indiana Pacers. Magic also eliminated, but we don't need to spend a lot of time on them. 8772 Radio U. But the end of the Bucks-Pacers game was wild. The Bucks, I'm going to be honest, I kind of thought with Damian Lillard getting injured recently, he's out not just for what's going to be out for the rest of the playoffs, but well into next year if he even comes back next year. He tore his Achilles, right?
Yeah.
And so I kind of thought the Bucks being down 3-1, road game, they kind of would have packed it in and been like, this is not our year. But they put up a good fight last night.
Extremely competitive. Honestly, two games that were going on at the same time were extremely competitive. But it went into overtime, obviously. I felt like the Bucks were going to win it. There was 45 seconds left, and they were up by like 7 points. And then out of nowhere, Tyrese Haliburton and the Pacers come and like get it within 1 point, and then Haliburton gets that one bucket with like 4 seconds left, and it was over.
Gary Trent for the Bucks with a big turnover, and that did him in.
I think he had 2 turnovers, right, or just the one?
Yeah, there's that one right at the that led to the Haliburton shot that won the game. And so that's not all, though, because after the game, there was a bit of, everybody kind of gets together on the court, and that's normal, but it got a little heated. It even got so heated, Allie, that Tyrese Haliburton's dad got down on the court and was exchanging heated words with Giannis from the Bucks.
Yeah.
That was, it was awkward, and we don't know what was said.
No.
But I will tell you that after the fact, Tyrese Haliburton was asked about it, and he said that his dad was in the wrong.
Ooh.
He even called his dad out and said, I don't think my pops was in the right at all there. Then Tyrese Haliburton's dad, John Haliburton, actually came out and said that he apologized. He said he will not make that mistake again. He apologized for his actions. So we don't know what he said, why he was getting up in Giannis's face after Giannis and the Bucks got eliminated, but it wasn't a good look. And apparently he admits that he shouldn't have done that.
Well, it was weird because he just like came out of nowhere and was just talking. It's like, you didn't even play the game.
Yeah.
What are you doing? So I didn't know what was said, but I was just like, okay, what's going on here? And it was very strange. I was honestly hopping back and forth because the Pistons-Knicks game was also extremely tight and going on at the same time. And so I missed some of this until after, like this end jawing thing that happened. But this was a crazy way for it to end. But I mean, props to Tyrese for being like, yeah, this wasn't right. And then for John to come out and apologize his dad, like that is, it takes a man to be able to go and do that.
Yep. Quick turnaround on that, and that's a good sign to see, even if whatever his actions were, that we actually really don't know.
We don't know what was said.
But props to him for apologizing. Now the next question is, for the Bucks, will Giannis ever play for them again? And if not, where's he going to go? Because he kind of feels like he's out of there.
Yeah, I mean, his frustrations were definitely coming out towards the end, and because he not only had the little back and forth with Haliburton's dad, there was another player where they all got in a little scuffle and were pulling each other apart and everything at the end of the game, where it just looked like he was going in for a hug with a player, and then ended up jawing with that person, and they had to be split apart. So I think the frustrations were really showing, and you just lost a series in the first round of the playoffs. It's not a good feeling, but I'll be interested to see where he goes. I honestly am one of the people that I do think he will leave. Yeah,
I think he's out of town. And the thing for the Bucks is they have no first-round picks for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And their other best asset was old anyways, Damian Lillard, and now he's injured and out for this season. So Giannis cannot, he's great. He can't do it all on his own.
No.
Particularly because as good of a player he is, he's not a shooter. You need to have somebody that can shoot with him. You can't have him be your whole offense. And that was what their trouble was in the series against the Pacers. So, he's probably going to wind up elsewhere. But there'd be a lot of places that will move heaven and earth to get him if he's available.
Yeah, Nene seems to be convinced that there's one team in particular, and I think we may be having Nene join us today to talk about that.
Yeah, but it's not the Lakers.
that may be where he's going with it. I don't want to give away his thoughts, but he did tell me yesterday kind of where, he came into the room. He does this thing where he'll turn into like the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia who looks like he's presenting the crazy unhinged argument. And it was like that. And so I'm excited to hear his full thoughts on this.
As fun as it would be to have Giannis and Luka and LeBron all in one town, also let's have the rest of the league have some fun too,
Sure, yes.
Put them in New York or something.
While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.